Okay, so another broadcast day begins. Yes, the Efilist channel. Easy, no. Hard philosophy, yeah, hardly spoken. Anyway, let's just lift the trip over here. I gotta watch what I'm doing. Can't be, gotta cut this stuff up. Anyway, chair. Anyway, oh, I already fell down almost. Help aid broke. Yeah. That I don't need in my way. Folks under there. Anyway, okay, so analogies for the efilist argument. It'd be nice if people could list some. That one guy that he had that restaurant idea, that's sort of like, going to a restaurant where you have this understanding that a certain number of people are going to get sick, maybe die, and you'd close it down if there was a high enough number. It wouldn't take much of a percentage for you to say, yeah, this discretionary activity of restaurant eating, this unnecessary activity, is way too expensive. I liked my analogy of the idea that you can't justify victims for non-urgent activities. So, if you've got half gallon of milk in the refrigerator and are just thinking, well, I could probably use a gallon, and so you're taking a discretionary trip to the store, you can't drive 100 miles an hour and justify it. You're not, got like a pregnant woman in the car or something. Even if you had a pregnant woman in the car, I don't think you could justify it. This risk behavior, where things will go wrong. And it doesn't have to be a very high percentage risk for a rational person to say it's unjustified. You can't be running people over because you have a delusion in your head. That's just kind of bullshit. You have to have a real emergency. You have to have a real objective. You have to be, pretty much rescuing, saving something. You can't be, buying birthday cupcakes or something. It just isn't good enough to have to pull the big giant fire truck out and go bombing down the road at 100 miles an hour unless there's a fire of some kind. It's just the way it is. So I think that's a good one. Now I have to think. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Try to think of what other ones have been brought up. The amusement park one is another good one. Certainly, like I said, from my own sensibilities, I would never want to put upon somebody. I wouldn't want to force them, to engage in activities that they found, let's say they were allergic to it. I mean, even that's a good way to do it. Maybe even food allergies or something, a metaphor like that. But, it just ain't right for, even if there is 6 or 7 or 10 or 12 of you who want to go to the amusement park, if you have to drag somebody else along who's going to find it very unpleasant and nasty and horrible and awful, or even fatal. That's asking too much. It's forcing too much for too little purpose. Again, you can't find some other way to gratify and satisfy yourself than playing God, playing Creator. I mean, that's there must be something a little lower on the scale of imposition for you to engage some other activity that's a little less dangerous, a little less risky to others. You can't find something else to do with yourself than forcing other people into existence because you think it's a fun party. Because you like the Watsons and their boring conversation, and so you're going to think that everybody else wants to go to the Watson party. And maybe they just don't. Maybe they find a Watsons to be smelly, fat pigs, and wouldn't be caught dead being a Watson. As I wouldn't wish to be caught dead being the average human. And it's just the way it is. They are fluttering about. Every now and then you see one. I don't know where that one fluttered to. So I'm just flutter over here. But not nearly as loud. So, it's good. I'm not complaining. Just that you sort of wanted to have a, impact of the cicada infestation thing. And, it was pretty. 2 weeks is 2 weeks, but yeah, it's kind of when it came in with a bang and went out with a whimper thing or whatever. Another analogy. Alright, so there's 3 pretty good analogies. Let's see what else we can come up with. The analogy of the fact that you're digging your way out of your life, your dissatisfaction, rather than actually ascending to the heavens. You're digging your way out of a hell rather than flying to a heaven. It's kind of a truth about existence also, but that's a different argument. So that's not really an analogy to the act of procreation, the impositional aspect of the act, the imposition of the risk. And again, it's just such a simple, it doesn't take much here. You do this little bit of the science and realize it's just a chemistry doing a bizarre chemical thing. It's just like a diamond or something. It's unusual, it's weird, but that's all it is, just something chemistry can do. So it does this replicating thing one time. All these zillions of organisms grow out of that over 4 billion years of spreading like a fungus. Analogize it to itself. It was kind of funny that you can make analogies to life with living things. But yeah, spread like a virus. That's the mission statement underneath all of this crap. That's the function. Just replicate. And all you have at the end is a human perception of vanity and ego that says humans are really cool. We need humans because humans are me. I'm human. Therefore humans are cool because I am human. Kind of logic. Some sort of eternal life mechanism that you'll in the positive sense, that somehow the best of you will, re-emerge, rehatch to play another day. And, there's the irony that here I see the risk and somebody else sees nothing but the benefit. So we could analogize it to the nuclear power plant and the imposition of it, the raw imposition of it. So that's another analogy, would be like Germany and France. France approves nuclear power, uses it, Germany doesn't. So now France could just pile the nuclear power plants on the German border. The Germans have the risk imposed, and yet they have none of the reward. Just the risk, just the down end. That would not be right. Would not be fair. Wouldn't be justice. Wouldn't be any of those things. And that's the dilemma of this aggressive decision. Is that you can't make it without stepping in somebody else's face. You have to step in their face and feel okay about that. And to do that, I think you have to be a bit of a monster. But somebody's just going to argue, pessimist, because I'm saying I'd rather be fail-safe. I'd rather be spared. Okay, the humiliation of being hoisted on my own petard, being blown up by the bomb, and just gracefully pass on the adventure of playing with this fire, playing with these matches, because you keep striking them, they will eventually burn badly. So they're just seeing the profit, the free electricity from the nuclear power plant, and they're not accepting any of the factual what-if scenario risk. And I suppose, on the other hand, I could be argued that I'm too focused on the risk and not paying enough attention to the fantastic abundance. But it's just not a fair comparison, because it's not a fantastic abundance. There is no, again, rescue mission. There is nothing saved from harm here. There is no abundance needed if you don't create the mouth that needs the feeding. It's just that simple. So my side wins on those two scores. First, the risk is obscene, and second, it's completely unnecessary profit. You don't need the electricity if you don't have anything that needs to run on electricity. You know, if you have perpetual motion machines or some other kind of mechanism, yeah, why do you need these electric consumers? And that's all it is. It's a consumption of satisfaction through an eccentric perception. I say eccentric, not that it's not unpopular. I say eccentric in that it's crooked perception that humanity needs to exist. And it can be revealed as crooked by just pointing anywhere and saying, why don't we lament? There's no life on that rock. You know, no little life, no Horton Hears a Who life, no Hoobies, no civilizations. Why doesn't that bring us to tears? Yeah, because there is nothing to wish for or want. Yeah, just the way it is. Hey Gary, I was wondering, you have a glass of water? No, I don't have one. There's a stream right over there. That's kind of a long way for a dead cicada to walk, you know. What are you going to do with the glass of water? Well, I got this deal with the Martians. You know, I give them a glass of water. They give me the big gun. And a time machine so I can go back in time when I'm still alive. And I can blow shit up and stuff. It'd be fucking cool. Well, this all sounds way too complicated to me. So, as a dead cicada, you're going to make a trade with the Martians with a glass of water for a big gun and blow stuff up. Yeah, it seems okay to me. It seems like a good idea. Well, I just like to remind you, you're dead. Your brain is probably just powder. And so you're probably not thinking very well. Well, that's sort of a good point. I'll give it a ponder. Hey, there's the water. You throw me over there, please? All right. Look, I'm going to go out of my way to help this dead cicada make a deal with the Martians. Incredible. I ain't giving you a glass there. You have to get that your own. Oh, yeah, I can handle that. No big deal. I ate roots for 17 years. You think I can get a glass somewhere? Ha! No problem. Okay, buddy. It's kind of way out of his league, I think. I mean, really. Sheesh. The arrogance is, they think they can, like, he probably thinks it has the right to lay a bunch of eggs and make new cicadas, too. Crazy bastards. Playing God. Making deals for the big gun. Yeah. Fucking crazy bastards. Alright, anyway. That's enough of a video. Yeah, it's okay for little morning video. Kind of a charming day. My back is still not very charming. Holding this camera is really not doing it any good. That's for sure. I can feel every little, jello full of like prickers, or jello full of razor blades or something. Ew. Ouch. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the ending. So I think that'll be enough and such. And I'll see you later. So forth and whatnot. A little scenery to go by. Yeah. Very nice here.